Hey everyone! Today's video is a collaboration with two other mamas here on YouTube, Becky from A Place to Nest and Tiffani from Beauty and the Beastins. Both of these ladies have really awesome content on cleaning motivations, recipes. I suggest you head over there and check them out after this video because they will be putting up a stress-free and organized holiday video as well. I'll have all of their information linked down in my description box below. So my first tip towards having a relaxed and organized holiday season would be to have a plan and write it down. I like to record everything in my planner, so I'll be recording any events or parties we're going to be attending. If you're going to be hosting family members who come in from out of town, it's a good idea to record the days they'll be staying with you in your planner. It's also really a good idea to make a meal plan for that week ahead of time so you'll just know how many people you're going to be feeding and how many meals you'll be needing to serve them. In addition to writing everything down in my planner, I like to have everything on a big calendar where everyone in the family can see it. That way nothing gets overlooked or double booked and everyone's kind of just on the same page. There are also apps for your phone where everyone can sync up with a calendar and see each other's schedules, which would be really awesome, and get notifications when there's an event coming up. But this is kind of just the way that my family prefers to do things, and I really love this calendar that I got from Target. My next tip would be to schedule one big holiday related task per day. While it's really fun, there still is a lot of prep work that goes into the holiday season, whether it is writing out Christmas cards and mailing them or shopping for a tree. And I just like to break those tasks apart and schedule them on my calendar on different days and get the whole family involved. I don't know about you guys, but I get super motivated if I write out a list for myself, and just being able to cross everything off as I complete each task just gives me so much more motivation to keep going and complete my list. So I really just love to brainstorm in the morning everything that I need to get done that day and be realistic. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, but I just think this is a great way to be productive and really get things done. If you are the hostess this holiday season, my biggest tip is to write out a meal plan backwards. You can start planning weeks ahead of time, but I like to get as much done the day before the party as I can to make things easier by cleaning the house, making desserts, or anything else you can ahead of time. And writing it all down just gives me a really clear picture of what I need to do when, and really helps me stay on task. One of the things that I learned from my vintage recipe books was to list tasks backwards, or like a countdown. So before you begin, you want to read through all your recipes and know all the cook times, and then list everything in the order that they'll need to be prepared. I recently tried this method out and I was really happy with how everything turned out. Something that my entire extended family has been doing recently is making spreadsheets on Google Docs, whether it's for menu items or a wish list. But this is an awesome way to organize and sync everyone up because everyone can just view the document and add to it where they need to. For the Christmas wish list, I just create a tab for every member of the family where they can record their personal wish list, and then after a certain deadline there is no peeking allowed, and everyone can shop from that list and mark down if they have bought that person something, and it just takes the work of trying to think of something that everyone's gonna like out of it, and it's just so convenient. For the menu planning, it's really awesome as well because you can just list all the items that are in a traditional Thanksgiving dinner because everyone can access it and sign up for what they want to. And of course, if you forget what you're supposed to be bringing, you can just look it up, and it just really helps everything run smoothly. If you do end up trying this, just make sure that you change the viewing options so that everyone can edit it and anyone with the link can view it. The tip that I struggle with most is having a budget and sticking to it. I think that money can be one of the biggest stresses when it comes to the holiday season, and if you set a budget and you're really strict with yourself, then it doesn't have to be. So what I like to do is set my budget and then write out anything that I'm going to be needing to spend money on, whether it is a Christmas work party or Christmas dinner itself, and also my gift giving budget, just anything holiday related that is going to be an extra expense for that month, and then figure out what I can spend in each category. Usually Daniel and I only buy gifts for his immediate family and mine, but there are also friends that we would love to give something to, but just doesn't fit in our budget. So what we like to do every year is either make a plate of cookies or put together a Christmas morning muffin mix, something like that, where it doesn't cost a whole lot of money, but you still get to give everyone something. Two of my biggest tips on sticking to a budget would be to get cash out from the bank. And do not use a card, because if you use a card, it is so much easier to go over budget. So cash is really key if you're going to be strict with yourself. And my second tip would be to stick to your shopping list and do not make impulse buys, even if it's grocery shopping related. And I don't know about you guys, but if I go shopping when I'm hungry, I am so much more tempted to make impulse buys. So make sure that you don't go shopping until after you've had something to eat. I am someone who really struggles with organization, so if I'm going to be organized, I have to have a place for everything. So I like to keep all of my gift wrapping stuff in one bin. I have my tape, my scissors, my ribbon, bows, labels, anything that I'm going to need to wrap gifts with. And this year I even went through all my gift wrapping stuff, and I was really strict with myself and got rid of things that I knew I was never going to need. I always felt like I'm not a good person to give advice because I do struggle with organization, but I feel like if I can keep something organized, then definitely all of you can. So yes, keeping all of my gift wrapping together in one place has really helped me stay organized. I also have a box for all my letter writing items. I keep pins in there, my address book, stamps, letter opener, everything I'm going to be needing for letter writing. So when I go to write all my Christmas cards, I have everything I need right in one place, and I just add my really cute new Christmas cards to it. Rather than making a greeting card, I just decided to go old school and get real cards and add pictures to them. So I printed out a bunch of family pictures I had from Costco and just got to my letter writing. And this is something we like to do as a family. Daniel really gets involved with the letter writing, and it's just so helpful that he'll do half of it because it really is a big task to write out and address so many handwritten cards. So with any of these Christmas tasks, whether it's letter writing, wrapping gifts, just make a night of it. Turn on some Christmas music, make some hot cocoa, and just do everything as a family. The last box I have for the holiday season is my Christmas decor box. And this year, before we even trimmed the tree, I just went through everything, and I was really committed to keeping only what I knew I would be using and getting rid of the rest. And that way it's just so much easier to stay organized, and you don't have a bunch of clutter gathering over the years. Another thing that I'm sure a lot of you do, but I never did this until I got married, and Daniel showed me how to wrap up the lights like a ball of yarn so that when you get them out the next year, they are just very organized and not tangled. And as you're wrapping them around the tree, they unwind very easily. And so now we just keep our Christmas lights like that every year, and it just helps things stay really neat and organized. It's also a good idea to declutter and organize now while you're pulling everything out and have the energy to do it, because after the holidays, you're not going to want to see Christmas decorations for a really long time. With all the hustle and bustle, just make sure that you take time to relax. And as women, it's too easy to get busy checking off our checklists, and we can get really drained and forget what's really important during the holiday season. And if that does happen, something that always helps me is to force myself to unwind in the evening by enjoying a cup of chamomile tea. Both Yogi and Celestial Seasonings also make really great stress relief teas. Just force yourself to take some time out and make yourself a cup of tea. Another thing I like to do in the evenings is light a holiday candle, and it might seem really simple, but there's just something peaceful and relaxing about seeing a flame flicker. Any type of rose essential oil is also really amazing at relaxation. I was really surprised when I tried this, but just taking a few deep breaths of a rose essential oil can really calm anxiety and stress levels. Also, you can find rose water in spritz bottles at your health food store, but just breathing deeply as you spritz it on your face can really relax and calm you as well. And my last tip, which might seem like a funny one, but is really helpful as well if you're feeling really stressed with everything that you have to do, is to just take 5 minutes, force yourself to lay down either on the floor or on your bed, and just stretch out and empty your mind completely and think of nothing for 5 whole minutes, just concentrating on breathing deeply. Set a timer and try this because it really helps with stress. And last of all, don't forget to just enjoy the season. If things don't get done, it's really not about the gifts or the food, it's about Jesus. So just make sure you keep that in your mind and in your heart. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys liked it. Now that you're finished, make sure you head over to Tiffani and Becky's channels. I'll have their videos linked down below. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful lead up to Christmas, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.